Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today I'm going to work on cleaning up my Lego room. The first thing I need to take care of is the Eiffel Tower at the base of my stairs here. Oh my gosh, the other day I accidentally kicked it and it crumbled. So I'm going to put it into a box and worry about that at a later date. I just don't want to look at it anymore. I've also got a whole bunch of other stuff on the base of my stairs, such as an empty box, a drill, a table leg, and a Homer Simpson ugly sweater. And all of that has got to get out of here. So another thing I want to try and take care of today is my part system. So I have a pretty cool part system, like the majority of it is sorted. In fact, my sorted part bins are like overflowing, which is an issue because I have a huge amount of Lego that needs to be sorted, but there's not really a spot to put it. And it's been a while since I've gone through all of my drawers, all of my bins, all of the sorted Lego, all of the unsorted Lego that is like the overflow. And a lot of it is actually like sort of chaotic because it's underneath the table. I can't really access it freely. So I want to go through all of these drawers, see if there's anything that I can consolidate to free up more space for my sorted Lego and try and make it more efficient, because sometimes I have a hard time finding the pieces that are sorted because they're crammed in the drawers with all of the other sorted Lego. Because I have what I call like an overstock system. So all of the stuff on the left-hand side of the screen in those drawers are all sorted nicely. But then the overstock is in a separate drawer system, and then I have all of the systems underneath the table as well. And it's like, oh my gosh, what I need to do is like go through this, sort of refresh it, move some things around to try and free up space for the sorted bags of Lego that I have. I know that it's sort of just like moving Lego from point A to point B to point C, and it doesn't really get a whole lot done, but I'm just trying to play with the hand that I'm dealt right now because I don't have like unlimited space. So I need to try and just like keep this stuff grouped together as best I can and go through it once in a while so I can actually remember what parts I have in these overflow bins. And then as I go through the overflow bins, it's like, wait a minute, these rock panels, they're in an overflow drawer. They're taking up an entire drawer, but I used a whole bunch of them the other day when I built this massive mountain. Okay, well those can be put into my sorted part bins, so then I free up an entire drawer in my overflow, which can be used for other things in the future. I have like these towers of drawers which are underneath the Lego City, and they don't get used very often, and nor do like things like cables in bags and things like that. So I'm like, wait a minute, why am I putting my overstock Lego, which I have to access more frequently than say my bags and my cables? Why don't I switch the position of those just to try and make this workplace a little bit more efficient? And as I go through this stuff, I'm going to try and do a little bit of sorting just to try and free up more space for Lego. But ultimately, my end goal here today is to actually free up 4 drawers in my Alex units, which were dedicated to like random stuff. The Alex units are just right below the city, like right by my desk space there. So what I want to try and do is free up those drawers and then resort all of the stuff that I have in big Ziploc bags that's all sorted by part type, so it's easier to find and I can actually open and close the drawers. All of the parts in these Ziploc bags are sorted, all by part type. The majority of these actually came from the pab wall, and they were in these drawers right over here. These are the Alex drawers. The issue is these like drawers right here weren't allocated to parts, and these drawers were overflowing. I had it sorted by like brick here, then plate, then like slopes and miscellaneous, and I still want to do it that way, but now I have some more space. So that mission was achieved, and then I've got the base plates down here. Maybe the base plates need to move because this is a massive drawer. Maybe I don't need the base plates in here. Maybe they could go like in this room with all of my Lego backlog. Hey, that would be a pretty good idea. Then I could turn this into a parts drawer. We'll see, because now I'm going to go through all of these parts individually and say, okay, do I need any turquoise 1x4 bricks in my turquoise brick drawer? So I'm motoring along here, and let me tell you, I am overwhelmed by the results. It's actually crazy. So I emptied these 2 containers and all of these bags, and I'm not even halfway through the process yet. And what's crazy to think is at one time these part bins were full, right? So then we put them into the overflow bags and into the overflow part system. And the only reason I can fit all of these parts in the part system now is because those parts got used. So it's just crazy to think how many parts we actually go through in this Lego room. I mean, when you're building a Lego city or a giant Mills plated Central Park, or over there we've got the ski hill or Santa's Mountain or whatever it may be, you go through a ton of parts. And all these empty bags over here just represent that. It's actually wild to think about. So after going through my entire overstock, I feel like I've got it down to a pretty good system now. I've already put a bunch in the drawers over there, but on the ground right here, I've got like all my slopes. This is crazy. Green cheese slopes. We're ready to do some landscaping. It is insane. Also 1x2 green slopes, courtesy of the pab wall. Then we have white slopes. It looks like I can probably give my ski hill a nice little upgrade. And I am ready to build an underwater area based on how much tan, like plate and slopes and bricks and everything that I have. Like I could do that tomorrow if I wanted to. But these are all the other slopes. We got curved slopes and trans-blue slopes. I want to build some like palm style trees with those. And yeah, there's just all sorts of stuff there. This is like windows, doors, fence elements. That's all overstock. And then arches, miscellaneous stuff like Technic axles and trophies. I don't know why I need a big bag of trophies, but I got them. Why not? And then snot bricks over here. And then some cones and some 1x1 dark green studs with a hole in them. It's actually good for vegetation. And I've started putting them in the drawers. So right down here, this is all plate. It is packed in there. But I was able to empty out an entire drawer of plate. And that left me with a bunch of space for brick. Brick takes up a ton of space. I never realized how much white masonry I have right now. I definitely need to get on building some structures out of masonry bricks because they would look pretty cool. But brick takes up 4 drawers. Yeah, it's all filed away in here. And what I'm going to do is grab the label machine and start labeling these drawers. Not like specifically what's in there, just like plate, brick, snot bricks, slopes, etc. Just so I know at a glance what's in there. Although I pretty much memorize it. It's not hard to memorize whatever it is, 12 drawers when you're working down here every day. But I'm getting to the end of it, and the pile of used bags is getting bigger. What am I talking about? Let's not be lazy about this stuff. Let's get her done. So it's all labeled and sorted. So now the brick is all broken down by color. Sorry, my camera's just not liking the focus there. Sorry, guys. It did that in the last clip too, I noticed. Sheesh. We got brick color. There's 2 drawers of that. Then we have brick, black and brown. And then this is dark bluish gray, light bluish gray, and white. All nicely sorted. Plate remains the same, but we've got tile over here. Also arches and slopes. An entire drawer of cheese slopes. Very cool. And then base plates, nicely labeled. Yeah, pretty sweet, right? Having everything neat and tidy like that. And the good thing about this is now I feel comfortable sorting more of my other Lego because I have the proper systems in place. And all my unsorted stuff is right over here, and I actually made one change to this system as well. I went ahead and labeled all the bins. So here's my giant plant bin on the top. So anything having to do with plants are all in there, whether it's bamboo or palm leaves or regular leaves, it's all in there. So an entire tote. There's no way I'd be able to fit those in the drawers. And then I have all my Legos sorted by size. So all this stuff has to be sorted. We've got small, medium, medium, large, and large. And I was able to break that all down by size using my part sorter from PeteSquared23.com. This thing is just magical for when it comes to breaking down Lego by size. If you want, you can check out his website, and I do have a discount code that you can use as well. It's Brixie in all caps, and that is an affiliate discount code. Also, I've got a giant bin down here full of 501st Battle Pack parts. Yeah, I built a 501st Army and was too lazy to do all the mini builds, so I just threw all the parts in there. And if I so choose, I can go through and build all the mini builds being like the speeder and also the walker. These ones right here are not broken down by size. They're broken down by color. They're to be sorted. These ones are not broken down by size, but it's a bunch of stuff that needs to be like parted out and then sorted, and same with the top bins. So I have them labeled as such. If I ever get around to doing more sorting, I will start with those bins. I just got to break all this stuff down and organize it. And then over here, we have some other stuff that I put labels on as well. The 2x4 bricks that I have, all the studs, that's a lot of studs from Art, and then all the train track, that's flex, curve, 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 switch, curve, straight. So an entire unit of train track, Art panels on top of this one here, some empty drawers which we freed up today as well, train supports, some other miscellaneous train stuff, and then some more switch tracks on the bottom. And then I put all of my Ziploc bags and cables in here. And those used to be in there, but by removing them, I was able to make more space for our backup inventory. Also, while I had the label machine out, the labels have finally been finished up for these drawer units over here, which are just like my utility drawers with all my camera equipment and laptop and cables and all that good stuff. So that's finally done as well. And I went ahead and put all of the bins back. You know what? It presents better because I took the smaller bins that I was able to remove and consolidated them in this larger bin that I don't have a lid for, but it just looks a little bit better. And I don't know, there's just something about it. Now that it's all labeled, I can easily visualize what's in these systems underneath the Lego City. So did I get any actual Lego sorting done? From a certain point of view, but not really. But I feel like the systems are in place so that I can continue sorting as I move forward into the future. I just feel like I couldn't do any more sorting until that was taken care of, because that was on my mind. I've been meaning to deal with that for quite some time, and now today it's finally dealt with, so I feel pretty good about it. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out here in the very near future. Farewell!